for a sec here. Yeah. We good?
Yep.
We're live.
Hello. Welcome to our live feed before we record episode 21.
21, man.
We're here to take your questions and discuss sharks, whatever else. Pops
Mostly
in.
sharks, I
Hopefully
think.
sharks.
That's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
Take a look around. Yep, mostly sharks. Cool. We got a game tomorrow.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. You going?
No.
No?
I know you are.
Oh, I'm going.
You called me earlier.
Yeah, I did. That's right.
Stupid.
Like, hey, you going to go? No. All right. That's the shark head. Shark
Giveaway.
The replica.
So are you going just to get the shark head?
Mostly.
So you can put it right somewhere in there?
You know what I want to do? I want to get the shark head, and then I want to get it signed by the broadcasters. That's kind of, I don't know. I just feel like they don't get any love.
I don't think you'll see them tomorrow.
And I'll see them, though.
You can get there super early?
I'll see them. Don't you worry. You know why? Because I usually go to the practices, right?
So do you see them there all the time? Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually there at the practices.
How many people are there?
It depends. I don't know. Like there was a practice that I went to when I was all by myself. There was literally no one else but me. I think that's when I got a broken Barclay Gaudreau stick, which is kind of cool. So I think that was the day I was by myself, because she grabs the stick and turns and she's like, "Do you want it?"
There's no kids here. Here, old
Yes.
man with a dirty stash.
I didn't have the dirty stash at the time, and I will address the dirty stash later on. But yeah, no, I just picked it up and sweet, thanks. But there are times where, like today, I went and there's a good handful of people. There's probably about 20 or so people that were there. Yeah. There's been more than 20 before, but generally speaking, it's closer to like 9, 10, somewhere in
Most
there.
of them reporters too, right?
Well, those guys are usually standing up top there. Oh, Joe's got the stick.
Oh,
Thank you, Key Group Joe. And
that's so
producer.
sticky.
It's
very grippy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's two types of finishes. There's the grip finish, which is like this, and so when you try to, it basically makes it so you don't slide your hand, get out of place. But some guys don't like that finish. They want to be able to slide their hand up and down the shaft easier. So, yeah, that's enough out of you. But it is Barclay Gaudreau's stick. You can see it says it right there. I don't know if that's blurry or not, but there you go. So I think your dad is going to try to put this back together.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious.
We're
Yeah. Well, yeah, your
With
brother's.
what?
I don't know.
Oh no, there's
A wooden dowel, some tape, and
An L bracket.
super glue.
Just for the
He's gonna
set?
get no,
not to use, obviously, but
Weld
yeah,
it
maybe for
together.
the set or
Oh,
something.
you can't make it to use again?
It's up to your dad.
I'm kidding.
L bracket.
How strong is the wooden dowel?
Fiberglass, right?
What's that?
Was it
yeah,
fiberglass?
Yeah, fiberglass.
You just heat it back up and put it back together?
Yeah, I guess so. It's like
No.
potato chip is what he said. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you really can or not,
No.
but anyway.
It's a black hole.
It's just a black hole. Okay. But yeah, kind of cool.
Inside.
I was actually, one last thing, and then we'll get to the first question here. I was actually kind of interested in the taping of the stick. You want to take that one? The way that Barclay's taped his stick, and who am I to judge, obviously, because he's a professional, but the way I tape my stick is the opposite direction. When you go this way, you can rub the edge of the tape up. When you're going this way, the tape goes down. And when you're shooting, the puck rolls that direction, so it kind of like goes up against the tape, as opposed to if it was a right-handed shot going this direction, it wouldn't roll the tape. So I was just kind of interested in the way that he tapes his stick and the way that I do it. Obviously, he must know something more than I do, but yeah, I was just kind of curious.
Is that because he's a penalty killer and he's just trying to dump the puck?
I have no idea. So anyway,
it must have something to do with the spin coming off the stick.
yeah, but that's what I mean. You would think that you wouldn't want the
want it to
tape
go
to
the other
interfere.
way.
You'd want it to go the other direction. I don't know. He's the professional.
Well,
so
it grips better that way when he's doing wrist shots.
don't know.
Huh?
No idea. Anyway, we had a question, I think. You want to hand these back over there?
Oh, it's back here.
Joe almost hit the light.
Almost taking down the house here.
What you got?
All right, Jason brought up a hot topic. Thoughts on the Sens news? Duchesne, Tierney, DeMelo, others were bad-mouthing the team and the coaching staff. He did not see the video, but that's what he had heard.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Wait. So Duchesne, Tierney, and DeMelo were all bad-mouthing
The Sharks?
Along with others. No,
the Ottawa staff.
I imagine the Senators staff, yeah.
Yeah, because why would Duchesne badmouth the Sharks?
I don't know.
Doesn't make
I'll have to look it up. And
Why do we keep saying bad mouth like bad mouth? Anyway, no, I didn't actually hear that news. That's kind of interesting. I think it's interesting for me that DeMelo and Tierney are bad mouthing I can understand Duchesne. He's been there for a while. He's got something to say, but they just got there, right? So that doesn't make a whole
Well,
lot
we
of sense
know
to
that
me.
the management's been bad.
Yeah, but
Ownership and everything's just been poor over there.
sure. But he's calling out 3 specific people that came out and
But was it like some private video that leaked?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Perhaps we can look that up in a little bit.
Yeah, Jason, was it like a private video that was leaked out, or was it like a sit down with the
Is he
third
there
pairing
yet?
defenseman and the owner
He
talking?
just walked away.
Yeah, he just walked away. No, not Jason.
that
I was talking about Jason.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have our producer's name is Jason.
Oh
so
no!
there's
Here you
a
go. Here you
little
go. Here you go.
confusion,
So he says recorded by their Uber driver, and caretaker wanted. Says the video was them joking around about being bad on the power play and the PK.
Wow. No, I did not. I did
They're
not see
Uber
that at all.
driver, so it was a private conversation
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
recorded and then leaked. So I'm sure you can get that. That's just like the Joe Thornton thing in the locker room, the rooster trip.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
wasn't supposed to be leaked out. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah,
Although this is an Uber thing and not a
right.
reporter.
Yeah,
but-
the Uber
so is that on
driver.
TMZ Sports?
I have no idea.
Probably. 'cause
Yeah, the
they
Uber
pick up
driver
that
has no
stuff.
responsibility in terms of media and
Right.
everything else. Yeah, whereas a reporter should know better. But
That just means they're going to get yelled at.
yeah,
And this is why they give such bland interviews, because they don't want to say anything that gets them in deep
Well, you know,
trouble. I
'cause
mean,
it's-
they're not
the
going to
other
talk
team's a good
smack, but
so
Other team's a good team. Look, got all you guys out there, so we just got to get our shot.
yeah, it's the same thing. Get pucks in, get pucks deep, all that stuff. Let's see, Tierney and DeMelo both signed new contracts with the Sharks before they were traded, right?
yes.
Were they 2-year contracts?
Yes. DeMelo was an RFA, and they were going to arbitration, and then they signed a 2-year deal.
2-year. Both of them
before.
got 2-year deals. So Tierney and DeMelo are essentially stuck there for an extra year. So this
I
is
thought-
going to be
Tierney
awkward.
got more. Did he get
He had
4?
Tierney had 2 years.
2 years?
Pretty sure it was 2 years.
Mm. Cap friendly, I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, if you're really interested. But yeah, interesting news, but I don't know. It doesn't really affect me that much. I mean, it's ex-Sharks players, which is kind of interesting. But
It's one thing if they said it in the media.
yeah. If
Or
he wanted
something.
everybody to know that,
Right.
otherwise, again, the whole locker room talk stuff.
Well, like if it's
is-
an after a game and he's sitting there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
the way,
a private
Tierney is-
conversation. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of...
Tierney is a 2-year, and expiration is
Yeah.
an RFA after it
Yeah,
expires.
yeah. So it's going to be an awkward situation unless they trade him with 2 years left after saying something like that. So
Yeah, whatever. He's probably just going to apologize, and
Yeah.
they'll say they're fine.
also not really concerned because it's not Sharks related. So.
Kind of is. It's like, Kevin Bacon
Not
style.
anymore. Go ahead. Kevin Bacon.
I'm going to pronounce this however I want to. So Haynes.
Hogwarts.
No, not that guy again.
Okay.
You guys' early thoughts on Suomela?
I think he's what we thought he was going to be. He's going to take some time to get used to the NHL ice. This is his first NHL games on this ice surface. He's used to playing on bigger ice surface. I don't think it's a bad thing to get scratched. We kind of talked about this,
Yeah.
I think, earlier in the week,
Yep.
that he's a tiny guy. He's going to get banged up. 82 games is a grind, and every now and then it's not a bad thing to see him get scratched. Before, I think we talked about it before the Carlson trade,
Yeah.
how we thought those third
Or
and fourth line
revolving door.
centers were going to be, revolving door with Gambrell,
Mhm.
Chartier, Samela, Gaudreau, like all those guys are just going to get rotated around, either based on matchup, who's banged up. Maybe Samela was like not injured, but banged up a little bit and just needed a break. I think they wanted him to see from the
Yeah.
press box and watch a game or two, and just to kind of see, you get a completely different perspective when you're up high looking down on the game, on your own teammates, and seeing how the game looks versus on the ice.
I think the quote from DeBoer was something to the effect of he had kind of plateaued, and Sumela even was like, yeah, I kind of did. And it's not so much they scratched him as a means of reprimanding him or that he's done anything wrong. The guy's played 59 games in the Finnish league, right? And you're coming into a league that requires more games played and is definitely the more difficult league to play in. And it's not a bad thing, as Aaron just said. It's not a bad thing to say, take a night off, relax, reset, go ahead and watch a game from the press box, see what the game looks like from up here instead of being down there and trying to grind it out. Soak that in, and then I'm sure you'll see him come right back in the lineup. He's not getting scratched as a means of, well, you better start scoring goals or you're going to find yourself. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just he needs a break. We'll give him a break, not a big deal. And I think maybe people are putting a little bit too much into it. Also, like you had said, there's kind of that revolving door that we figured might happen. In fact, Kevin Kurz had a mailbag today, and I put that question to Kurz, saying, do you feel like, this is kind of what we thought. We thought there was going to be a revolving door with these players. Do you feel like that's what's happening? And it comes back with basically kind of, like we figured that Sumela is going to have to sit now and then, not because he's doing poorly, but because he just needs to have a break now and then, which is fine. There's no problem with that.
Yeah, it's also rewarding the other guys, giving them some playing time because they're working their butts off, and they deserve to get in there every now and then to see and change it up. And complacency, I think, is probably one of the biggest things for younger guys, newer guys like Sumela, who kind of plateaus. Like, he's playing well and playing all right, and then he just kind of doesn't get any better, not bad, but he's just not better. And someone else is coming up, so they're going to scratch him and put this other guy in. So we thought that was going to happen before the season started.
And so the interesting thing about this, though, is that Gambrell got some time in because Thornton went down. Thornton was injured. When Thornton came back in, Gambrell moved back down to the AHL, and that's the roster. We can't add another guy unless someone goes down. So you're not going to see Gambrell anymore until you see an injury and an IR injury, not just the guy's out for a couple days. I mean, like, he's out, right? You're not going to see Gambrell coming back into the fold, which is where we came back in talking about Heed and Shimmick being on the team. The team doesn't want to lose either of those guys for nothing, but those are two defensemen. We're chock full of defensemen, so that's why I was saying earlier, a few episodes ago, you're probably going to see Heed or Shimmick get traded because they're taking up a roster spot. They're two guys that you can't move down to the AHL because someone will pick them up off of waivers. And the only other guy you've got is another forward in Rourke Chartier. Well, if Sumela's taking a night off, Chartier's in. If anybody gets injured, Sumela's in, and that's all the forwards they have, right?
Yep.
So you've only got one forward on reserve. You can't call anybody else up unless there's an IR injury.
Yeah, I wonder if we see Heed or Shimmick get in the lineup as a showcase sometime during the season.
I think you might see him come in if we dress 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Then somebody might get a game. Other than that, you're looking at an injury, I think.
Or Joachim Ryan gets scratched for a game or two.
Maybe, yeah. Or I think you're probably going to see an injury more than anything else. I don't think they're going to tinker with Burns' partner.
True.
So, go ahead.
A couple questions here that came through pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, James Federico, what happened to the milkman?
The milkman?
Milkman.
Milkman.
Okay.
Oh, did I spell that
What
wrong?
happened to the milkman?
It's supposed to be milk.
Oh, I know that.
Melker.
I just
probably autocorrect. Anyway, what about Melker?
I'm guessing he's saying, why isn't he scoring goals? Why isn't
because
he-
he's playing on the low utilization line mostly.
hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag LUL.
I'm guessing that's what he's getting at.
What happened to his production?
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to
I don't
get
think
at.
he's there to produce so much as you see DeBoer playing him a lot on the PK. He's a role player, I think, on the team. You know, he adds an offensive element, and he's pretty fast. He's got decently good hands too. So he's a guy that you can throw out there against another team's like third line or so, and still be competitive. But I think mostly he's out there to soak up some of the minutes to give the other guys a rest, and also on the PK. More than anything else. I'm not really looking for Melker Karlsson to have like a breakout offensive year or anything.
I think what we've seen from him in the past is the most we're going to see from him. I don't think he's going to get any better, production-wise at least. I think he's a third or fourth line guy and nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Suomela and the word plateaued came up, right? I think maybe Melker Karlsson is just kind of plateaued, but that's okay. It's okay to be that
He's a
role
player. We
Yeah.
need role players on the team.
Sure.
People got to kill penalties. You can't have skilled players out there. getting
Yeah,
hurt.
with Chris Tierney gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Jason wants to know, did you guys see Curtis Brown's suit during the game before Halloween?
Yes. It was like, was it pumpkin
Orange
or
and
something?
black, right?
It was some kind of pattern. I think it was pumpkins or it was something on there.
Was it a David Pumpkins thing? David S. Pumpkins?
I saw it, but I think I blocked it out
It
of
looked
my
like a
memory.
Brent Burns suit. Have you ever seen him or like, like,
The bobblehead guy?
well, like with a pattern. Like the whole thing was a pattern.
I think it was black with orange pumpkins. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
yeah. I like when they go out of the box and they wear something like Don Cherry-ish kind of stuff. You know, I go back to last episode when we talked about the Carolina Hurricanes and doing the post game celebration, everything that show of playfulness and fun. and it's not just restricted to the players and when they want to break out. The broadcasters, and Brownie's the next player.
Yeah.
So he's probably still got a little bit of that in him, and it's just kind of fun for them to do, especially when you're alongside Brody. Brody encourages that kind of stuff,
he
right?
does.
So.
Real quick, did you see that Brody created a Twitter account for Brownie? He runs it.
Are you saying?
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew that Brownie had one. I didn't know that he ran
It's
it.
not. He doesn't
Okay.
do anything with it.
Okay.
It's all Brody.
That's awesome.
Go ahead.
Travis mentioned, I think they already answered this in the chat here, but Travis McLean said he saw that Kane was getting his face stitched up today,
Yeah.
and apparently it was a puck to the face.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a puck or a stick to the face. I heard later on through Kurz actually that it was a puck. I was actually head down finishing up a tweet with Power Play Lions or something to that effect. And
Head on a swivel, Paul. Come on.
what?
Head on a swivel.
Hey man,
Yeah.
it happens that fast.
You gotta
so-
learn how to T9 that stuff.
Oh yeah, you got to show up sometime. How about that?
Wow.
Oh, my
Anyway,
Wow. Not all of us are retired.
so yeah, I look over and I mean Kaner is just face down, like this,
Towel.
hands over his face, and then they didn't have the towel yet. He was just face down, just covering his face, and he wasn't moving. I was like, oh no, this sucks, And it was really somber kind of after that. Nobody really was jumping, and they actually ended the power play practice right after that. But yeah, Kaner took a puck to the face. I think it was a
Burns or Carlson that shot
I
it.
don't know. On power play 2 line, they had Vlasic and Burns and Carlson, all three of them rotating. So that's something you're going to see. Vlasic doesn't look like he's going to be the lone defenseman on power play 1. It's going to be either Burns or Carlson. But on power play 2, it's going to be some combination of Burns, Carlson, and Vlasic. But yeah, so it was a shot from the point, I think. Again, I had my head down. And it hit him in the lip, apparently. So he skated off with the towel holding his face over his face. He was totally under his own power and everything. And he got off. He looked more annoyed and just kind of, I guess annoyed is the right word than anything else. He didn't look like he was angry, like hurt.
He had losing teeth.
Yeah, he was just like, ugh, go get it stitched up, I guess, that kind of thing. So, yeah, he skated off. And I'm sure DeBoer said, too, he'll be back. No problems. So.
Yeah, Travis confirming yes, was puck.
Yeah.
But what is the update on Hurdle? He
He's
knows
in
that he didn't
practice.
skate today.
Yeah, so the only thing I've heard on Hurdle is that DeBoer thinks that the head injury is not that serious. I think someone had, it was Kurz had quoted him on Twitter, and somebody came back saying it seems irresponsible to say a head injury is not that serious. Any head injury should be considered a serious thing and taken seriously, and I'm pretty sure that that's not how the way that he meant it. Yes, head injuries are a serious thing, but I feel like what he's saying is it's not like he's going to be out for a very long time. It's probably something that he's going to be able to recover from fairly quickly. So I think that's what he meant by not that serious.
When he used the word concussion.
Yeah, we're probably staying away from certain keywords, and that's probably what it is. But that's the only update I have on that. Unfortunately, we're not media, and we don't get to go and ask them ourselves. We're just fans just like you who happen to have time to do this stuff.
Maybe
So
we should be media.
I think we should. Jonathan Becker.
Another question
Yeah.
here. Do you guys expect Chartier to be a potential trade bait?
No. No.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh because you're right. Chartier's been playing very well, and it feels like if there's a guy who's playing fairly well that you can get something good for him, then okay, maybe you'd want to do that.
He's
but
young.
He's young. He
what's
is
his-
playing fairly well.
What's
So
his potential?
it's hard to say because
I don't
he
mean
has
this season. I mean like
he has
over the
had
next couple
concussion
years.
issues.
Right.
So I think people take a look at that, and maybe it's a little weary. And if you did want to trade him off, yeah, maybe you could trade him, but I don't think you're going to get a whole heck of a lot for it. That said, in the same fashion that trading away Tierney makes sense because you can always find another third-line center. They're not that hard to come by.
The only thing I could see a scenario like that working is if it's like close to the trade deadline and the Sharks want a veteran guy like Fair.
Yeah.
And they trade Chartier for Fair.
I could see that.
A Fair type player,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
That I could see. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't think Chartier would be the main part of the trade.
Yeah.
He would be an additional.
A piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd probably be, if for a guy like an Eric Fair, you'd probably be saying a Chartier
Draft
and
pick.
then a mid-level draft pick or
Yeah.
fourth or something like that.
Yeah.
Just something else. But I don't see him going anywhere, to be honest. I think if you trade away Chartier and you get, say it's Eric Fair, you get an Eric Fair in. Is Eric Fair that much of an upgrade that you're willing to say, okay, we're probably going to lose Eric Fair to free agency, whereas we could have had Chartier maybe get a little bit better in the year to come. Plus, he's a guy that's meshed with the locker room.
Yeah.
He drives out there. He had a really good camp. He made his lineup. I don't think you trade a guy like that. I think you keep him.
I just don't see the return.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bigger than what he already provides.
I'd have to agree, yeah. Yep.
There's been a couple things. Do you guys see Timo Myers being the future face of the Sharks?
I thought you were going to ask if you trade Timo Meyer. Go ahead.
Do you guys think that Timo Myers?
No.
But Timo Myers, future face of the Sharks, I know that Couture has already, somebody was mentioning too, that Couture has already earned his place. Co-captain, assistant, like when the older guys move up, move on, or if Pavelski ever steps down from that role, who do you guys think fills in and becomes like the face of the franchise?
Couture, I think, is already. I read earlier that what they did is they promised him the captaincy once Pavelski's gone, so it's going to be Couture's team, and hence the multi-year deal.
Yeah.
So I think that line, Couture, Meyer, and Hurdle, is going to be the top line in 2 years. Whenever Pavelski and Thornton are gone.
And I hear that,
But
and
I mean,
I'm going...
But I mean, by top line is the face. Like, that's like for how long Thornton and Marlowe have been on the team, and the face and Pavelski been the face of the team. That's the new face of the team going forward when those guys are gone.
And see, I hear people saying Thornton, Pavelski, top line, right?
Okay,
And
let me rephrase the top line.
Okay, good.
Just like these are the guys that are going to be the untouchables, that are the core that they won't trade away.
Okay.
How about this? Let me change it around a little bit. When they come back from a commercial break and the graphics are going up on screen, who do the Sharks put up there as the skaters you see?
Whoever's hot.
Timo Meyer right now.
I
I,
mean, sure
see
got
what
his
you're
teeth
saying.
fixed,
It's all the marketing stuff. Who are they going to
Yeah.
be marketing? The
Mhm.
face of the franchise. I definitely see. I mean, Timo's 22 years old. He is
he that
young. He's 22.
Wow, I didn't realize Timo was that
He
young.
was drafted in 2015.
Yeah.
That was an incredible draft. So he's only 22. What'd you do at 22? I didn't leave my team in scoring in a national
22.
sense.
What was I doing at 22?
Just graduating college.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I did an internship or something at
Did you
Google.
bum around Europe for a year,
Google
or-
AdWords. No, I didn't. No, I wasn't that cool. But I heard. So I heard two questions though. I think.
Sorry, what was the other?
There was.
No, that was just for the whole.
Say the question again, because I heard two things.
Well, I messed up the question.
Okay.
The question was, do you guys think that Timo Meyer will be the future face of the franchise for the Sharks?
Yeah.
Or the other one was saying, no, it's going to be Couture. He's going to be the captain. He's going to be.
Couture is going to be the captain.
Yeah.
It's going to be Couture's team.
Yeah.
If it's not
I think
already.
I think that the face of the franchise right now is still Jumbo, just because of the longevity, and that it's more like Jumbo and Burns, I think, are kind of the face of the franchise right now. I see Couture being the captain and him getting a lot of the graphics once Jumbo's gone, because I don't think it's just going to be all Burns.
What's Pavelski?
Well, does Pavelski have an extension yet?
I don't think he's coming back.
No?
I think if they sign Carlson, they won't have enough money. Pavelski
Maybe.
will be gone. He'll
Maybe,
have to
yeah.
go
If
to
they
free
sign
agency.
Carlson for 8 years, does he become the face of?
Well, so now you just talked about Couture having a long-term extension.
Mm-hmm.
They promising him the captaincy,
Mm-hmm.
and your current captain doesn't have an extension done.
Right.
So is that happening sooner than later? In which case, yeah,
Well,
I
they're
think.
not going to trade him if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking them to trade. No, I mean I would keep. I would love to get a return on Pavelski. Don't get me wrong, but I also want him for the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't trade him away.
I don't think Pavelski's coming back. I think this is it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, so still
Yeah,
chat continuing about
Sure.
this, and somebody mentioned Mason Drexel just mentioned that there is no face of the team, and that's the problem. And I was going to ask Is that a problem though? And Jason already beat me to it.
There's always a face of every team. There's a face of the team. Whether or not you think he's the strongest player on the team is a different story. Whether or not you think that person is a leader in the locker room, that's a different story. But in terms of face of the team, we're talking about that's more of a marketing thing than anything else. I think. Who's the real leader on the team? I mean, I think
There's multiple.
That's the thing. We have multiple leaders, and maybe that's what you're getting at. Maybe you're saying there's too many chefs in the kitchen there, but
I don't know, I was thinking about this on the way over, and I think this is gonna be like a whole topic, which we don't even have on there. I was
Sure,
thinking
we can
about on
throw
the
it
way
up.
over here. But what I was gonna talk about is the Sharks' depth, and this is why they are such a contending team versus other teams.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Edmonton, they have McDavid. He gets hurt, they're done.
Yeah.
Right? Ship is sink. Vancouver has Pettersson, the new rookie. When he was out, for 5 games.
Yeah.
They're garbage.
Yeah.
He's out, they're done. You get the Sharks, they lose Joe Thornton, who's not their best player
Right.
now, but they still aren't sinking ship.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose Carlson, if they lose Burns, they lose one of those guys, 2 of those guys, they're still fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the Sharks are more elite team, and I also don't, kind of related to what the question is, like, you have multiple leaders. Joe Thornton is a very vocal guy in the locker room, but when he's hurt and he's not there, there's other multiple vocal guys in the locker room.
There's the captain.
Pavelski,
Yeah.
there's Couture, there's probably Carlson. Eventually once he gets
a little
comfortable.
more comfortable in the locker room, I
Yeah.
think he'll be more comfortable speaking up. Yeah. Couture, he's like, we've had Randy come on the show and say, and we've seen obviously from all the interviews when they're losing, if they've ever lost a game and you get a Logan Couture interview after the fact,
You're gonna get a good
you,
quote.
You get a piece of his mind. You get a good quote. Yeah, you do. Go ahead.
Well, just was wondering real quick, how many subscribers do you guys get?
How many subscribers?
Yeah.
Oh, 1,009. 1,010.
I just picked up another one.
Yeah, I think we just did.
All right, there you go.
And what are we giving away?
I just buzzed. I
And,
just figured it was.
Oh right, we're giving.
We're giving
that's what
away-
you're pointing at.
The Google Home.
You're pointing at my phone.
No.
Like, look it
Yeah,
up.
Check your phone.
No, so we're giving away the Google Home. Now, that's going to happen. I think, do we have a link already?
It's on the screen now.
We have a link on the screen right now.
Cross
It's
your knees.
here. No, his knees or my knees?
Your knees.
My knees. It's over here. Get away. It's over here. So use that link, and it's awkward. So use that link. It'll get you to the what is it called? The raffle? What do we call it?
raffle.
It's a raffle, sure. To the raffle, I guess, and you'll have lots of ways to enter and get extra entries into the raffle. And this is what we're going to be giving away. Now this is going to run.
It's real. It's not like just a box.
This whole thing is going to run, I think, till the 22nd.
25th? After
25th?
Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, the 25th. So lots of time, lots of entries you can add in there. We just want to make sure a lot of people get a chance to put their entries in and win this thing. So yeah, that's we went well over 1,000 now, so we're ready to go. Go ahead.
To go back a couple minutes here, there's a lot of conversation
Sure.
now, but late to the stream, Lucim.
Lucic?
No, Lucim. Pronounce that how you will, because I'm going to pronounce it wrong.
Lucy, I am.
Late to the stream, but have we talked about the third line situation? And somebody also mentioned they know
Yes.
that's
The-
saying
the
the
Thornton
line.
Sumela.
The Thornton line.
Well, with Sumela being scratched, is that what you said?
Is that, okay, are you talking about Suomela being scratched, or are you talking about Joe Thornton centering the so-called third line?
I'm going with that.
Okay, so if you're talking about that, again, we've said on this show, it would be, I even said, I for selfish reasons, I'd love to see Joe playing that fourth line. That was assuming Suomela was playing the third. And I didn't like seeing Suomela broken up from Donskoy, so that left the fourth line center the most logical place to put Joe. Well, with Suomela getting a healthy scratch, and again, we just talked about this earlier in the stream, that's not such a bad thing, it's just him getting a break, that the third line center spot for Jumbo wasn't quite so bad. I mean, actually, it paid off in the long run,
Yeah.
right? So,
He scored the goal.
yeah. I think I love it, to be honest with you. I like having that depth. I like the ability to have all 4 lines rolling as Pete DeBoer wants, and I think spreading out that talent all the way up and down the lineup is just going to make us that much more deeper of a team than we already are, instead of being so top heavy. Now, Marshall, he was on the show, and he talked about it doesn't make sense to him to put the Joes together. He thinks the speed is part of the problem with that.
I mentioned that earlier on the power play.
Yeah, with the Joes,
why the power
right?
play wasn't working. Yeah.
So you take Jumbo away from Pavs. You give Pavs his own set of guys to work with. You give Jumbo his own set of guys to work with. And the rest of the guys are fairly speedy. The thing I like about it is you get a guy like Sorensen who can charge up and down the ice real fast. Well, he backs defensemen off. Then you get the puck to Joe. And Joe's sitting there, one of the best passers the game has ever known.
He's gonna thread the needle
And the
anyway.
defense have just been pulled back because they're chasing Sorensen, right? So he gets some room now to play with. So he's a little bit slower. And he's now got room.
He's always been slow.
That's the thing. He's old and he's slow. That's the only thing I ever hear about him.
Pavelski goes, I've been slow my entire career. What's different?
That's the only thing I ever hear about him, though. He's old and he's slow. He's old and he's slow. Yeah, but he's still playing the game. He's still relevant. I don't know. There's a whole other topic to talk about with that. But I do love it. I think I'd like to see more of it going forward. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't see it as a demotion. I see it as spreading your talent out. And those first 3 lines, saving the low utilization line, the first 3 lines are going to have fairly similar minutes, I think. So it's not such a bad thing. Plus, with his knee and everything, you want to give him a little bit less time on the ice anyway.
Yeah.
Keep him healthy for the rest of the season. Sorry, go ahead. Ramble.
So now, no, that's fine. That's fine. What are your guys' thoughts on the Barracuda? Currently 9-1-1 and the second best team in the AHL.
There.
Bibo?
Bibo!
Is it Bibo?
Bibo!
Is it Bibo's
I think it's
the main reason? Because of Bibo?
I don't think he's the main reason, to be honest. We just talked about the last time around, and I haven't checked the stats this time around, so I apologize. But they've only played, I think, 2 games since then.
Yeah.
Hobogawaks, which I think I got it right.
That's really
Don't
close.
even laugh.
No, I love
don't
the
say
name.
it's close.
That's all.
It's spot on. Hobogawaks. He had the 10 points in the 9 games.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
Yeah.
So they've played a couple more games since then. He's probably got another goal and assist or whatever else. Same thing with I can't remember the other guy's name, but there was another guy on the team.
Frazier, is that right?
No, Perron.
Francis
Perron. He had 10 points. I don't think it's just Bibo. I think you're getting contributions up and down the lineup, and I think Bibo being solid in net is just making them that much more difficult to play against. I've unfortunately not really been out to see a game. I'm planning on going to the game that's on the 18th, I think is what it is.
Okay.
It's the Barons jersey giveaway night. Any of these giveaway nights, I'm hoping to take some folks with me. Yeah. I'm hoping to take some folks with me.
Yeah, we
and
can do like a meetup or something.
yeah, well, I'd like
get
to get
together.
some multiples of these giveaways and see
Yeah.
if I can do giveaway of our own to you guys. So I think that'd be great. If I can get a couple extra Barons jerseys, I'd love to do a giveaway for these guys.
Yeah, speaking of that, we are going to be opening a store soon of the Fin Factor merchandise.
Yeah.
So we're going to have T-shirts and hats and T-shirts. That's about it.
Stickers.
We have three
T-shirts.
different men's shirts, one
Yeah.
women's shirt,
Right.
and one hat.
and stickers. Yes.
Yes.
So if you
Soon.
wanted to support us monetarily, which we would absolutely appreciate, we will have a store open for you guys to be able to do that. So yeah, there's that.
So look for that coming soon on our website. We'll obviously let you know.
And super producer Jason, any word on enabling super chat stuff as well? The
Super chat.
Oh.
To make
coming.
something
soon.
notice. Okay, coming soon.
In the next
Another
few
way
episodes.
for you guys to be able to support us if you so choose. Not pushing that on you, but just saying that it's something that will be available. I know some folks have been asking about ways that they can
Yeah,
support
some of
the
you
channel.
expert YouTubers will know what we're talking about
Yeah.
with the super chat thing because we had no idea what that meant.
Yeah.
Real quick.
So yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Perron is
Yeah.
actually him and Hobogawals. They both have 11 points now, and actually, DeSimone,
Yeah.
10 points.
Nick DeSimone.
So they're all
10 points?
Yeah.
Okay, Nick DeSimone is a defenseman, if I recall correctly.
He
yes.
is.
Okay, and he's got 10 points. It's pretty good. How many goals out of that 10? Can you
3.
see it? 3?
3 and 7.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
I love it, man. I love it. People have said so much about how the Sharks have nothing in the shelves and they got nothing on stock, and I'm just glad to see this team taking they're nothing in the stock themselves and just saying, hey, shoving it right
depth.
back down everybody else's
Yeah.
throats and just saying, nah, we're solid. Yeah.
We got one more minute
Oh,
here.
okay.
Real quick, actually, speaking of prospects, is Ivan Chekhovic a top prospect behind Merkley?
Chikovic.
Yeah.
I'll
Behind
say
who?
how I want.
Sorry, behind who?
Behind Merkley.
I think Merkley's going to be Merkley is such a diamond in the rough that he's going to take a long time to get there. But from everything, I haven't read anything recently in the last month on him.
Yeah.
But going back to the
Here's-
rookie
okay,
tournament,
go ahead, yeah.
everybody, like not just Sharks people, but
Yeah.
other teams' coaches and scouts were saying how incredible he was and how he dominated the whole tournament.
Yeah,
really.
I think what you're going to see is that we've got Burns long-term, Carlson, hopefully we lock Carlson up long-term. I don't think there's room for Merkley. Like, yes, he might be good enough to play on the third pairing.
I think in 3 years he'll be on the team as a third pairing, getting some experience, and then Burns or Carlson gets traded.
He's a higher risk offensive talent. I don't think you put that guy on your third pairing.
No, just start off
Yeah.
like it's for his career. Like
Yeah.
when he cracks the NHL roster,
Mhm.
he's not. He'll get limited minutes, like 15 minutes a night, 10 minutes a night, but playing on the power play, second line power play.
Okay.
So he'd be getting his time in power play, almost like a power play specialist to start. Then once he starts getting into the NHL stuff and gets better and more defensively aware.
Yeah, I think until Burns and Carlson are kind of getting on the older end, we probably won't see him. And if that doesn't happen with them, if they're strong the whole way through, I feel like you might see Merkley dangled as trade bait for something really good. But that's just me. Are we out of time? We are out of time. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in so much. I don't know if that link is still on my knees or not, but
It is not.
because I can't see that. Anyway, maybe super producer Jason can throw it back up on the screen if he's so chooses. But
right there.
And whoa, there it is. Okay. Wow. So yeah, go ahead and follow that link. Get yourself one of these Google Homes through the Fin Factory. You can go ahead and try to win that. That'd be awesome.
We'll autograph the box.
We will. We'll autograph the
Why
mini
not?
itself if you'd like. I don't care. Whatever. So get onto that one. See, you don't want to autograph the mini? No, or it's not a mini. It's a.
People want to sell it. No.
That's true. You autograph the box. They got to sell it in the box.
No, autograph just a sticky note.
It's a sticky
Right,
note. Post-it note.
Yeah.
Sign that. Yeah.
We'll put a sticker.
We'll do that.
A Fin Factor sticker on it. That's what we'll do.
In any case, follow that link. Go ahead and get your submissions in there. Please make sure that you follow us on Twitter and Facebook at The Fin Factor. Instagram is at Fin Factor because we're still working on that 12-year-old, trying to get that away from him.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, and then make sure that you are subscribed to us so that you know when we're going live. You guys probably already know that, but if you're watching this after the fact and you missed us, make sure you're subscribed, then you'll know. Other than that, I think we're good to go, except for Joe.
One last comment here.
Okay.
Hashtag bring Marshall back.
Is that Marshall?
It's probably
Unless he's moonlighting as someone else, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get to shooting our episode right now, so we will see you guys on the next time we go live, which will be next week. Actually,
Yeah.
yes, it's Monday. Next time is going to be Monday, not Sunday, just so you guys know.
Yes. It'll be earlier. Well,
No,
yeah.
we'll do it late. We'll go after.
9:30.
We'll do it late.
9.
Maybe not that
Maybe
late.
a little bit. Well, we might be a little bit earlier next week.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah.
We'll see.
It'll be Monday.
We'll
And if
let
you're
you know.
subscribed, you'll know when.
Ring
So
the
there you
bell.
go. Anyway,
Right.
thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for tuning in.
See you. Watch our show this week.
Goodbye.
Bye.